Hello and welcome to your weekly horoscope forecast for week commencing the 31st of January. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now what I'm going to do is provide a broad overview of what we can expect, but then as ever dive deep to give you in forensic detail the insights for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So please stay with me for that. This week begins with a sensational new moon in the sign of Aquarius. So what is a new moon? A new moon is an opportunity to set our intentions. We don't actually see the moon in the sky in most parts of the world. It's an opportunity, however, to really direct our energies into the part of our situations that particular new moon influences. So the sign of Aquarius is very much about the future. It's about friendships, collaboration and cooperation. So all those things can really come to the fore over the next 4 weeks. But this particular new moon also has, ironically, the two ruling planets or co-regents of Aquarius in somewhat of a quarrel. Saturn's part very close to the Sun and the Moon in Aquarius, and Uranus, the higher octave modern ruler of this sign, is on the 4th house cusp, and that's very much to do with home, family, emotions. But in terms of the overall zodiac, Taurus is house 2, where Uranus is. So I think if we're thinking of mixing business with pleasure, it may not be the best over the next 4 weeks, unless there's a very clear understanding of who does and contributes what, and that could work okay. But this week actually does see some glittering alliances, not least that Venus, the planet of love and affection, well, that is going to be inching its way towards a close conjunction with Mars, which really begins right at the end of this week. But Venus does forge, ironically, a beautiful link to Uranus. And then Mars, also in the sign of Capricorn, along with Venus, that's forging a very dynamic angle to Jupiter. Now when these two get together, it really can give us greater self-confidence and drive. We're going with the flow, we're not so hesitant. It can give us that much more extra momentum and self-confidence, and it comes into an exact sextile on Saturday towards the end of the week. But in relation to the other big influence of this week, that new moon, I think what it's saying to us is the sign of Aquarius can be quite idealistic, and it's just saying that as long as we look for tangible results through that earthy energy that's being manifested through Venus and Mars in the sign of Capricorn, in its or their link to Uranus in the sign of Taurus, as long as we look for earthy solutions and we're open-minded and we take the innovation of Aquarius, we can make progress. However, if we're too idealistic about what we expect, then that's when we may feel like our wings are really being clipped, that we're not flowing, things are not flowing quite as we want. So it's about staying grounded, but also open-minded. Now, if you're new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, if you'd like to get your free daily written horoscope fired to your device each morning, I've been writing these for 25 years. Please see the link beneath this video and you can get that each morning, and it would be lovely to have you with me. Also, if you'd like to take advantage of my special offer package of a year's forecast and a character analysis and get 30% off, if you've yet to really get into more serious natal astrology, this is a wonderful opportunity to do so. You can ascend above this zodiac broadcast and really understand what things are going to unfold for you as an individual based on your time, date and place of birth over the next 12 months into the early part of 23. Hello Leo, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for week commencing the 31st of January. This week's new moon gives you an opportunity to think about your relationships. Now, because Saturn is parked so closely to the Sun and the Moon, there could be a tendency to think that this can be a new moon that can cause some problems. What it can do, I feel, is actually give you a lot of extra information. Saturn gets a really bad rep, but at the end of the day, Saturn is about wisdom. It is about boundaries, and it is about being cautious in a way. But Uranus is in a position, the other co-ruler, along with Saturn of Aquarius, which is actually pushing you to be more dynamic, particularly around your work situation. But maybe there's something about your own innate caution or conservatism which is stopping you going for things in terms of work because of how you feel other people may judge you, or how you feel you may interact with others, or how you may feel that you want to keep a degree of control. So I think this new moon could arouse in you some anxieties and some self-analysis, but I actually still feel that you can gain a lot from it. There is a tendency for all of us these days to just think about relationships in terms of what we want and what we need. But what do other people want from you? And that's what this new moon is particularly asking Leo people to think about, and to become more conscious of our responsibilities around interactions. Also, the 7th house is not just about relationships where this new moon occurs. It is about where we connect with others. So if you need to firm up your boundaries, particularly at home, around who does and contributes what, because that's been a theme for some while, Saturn's asking you to be more assertive. Put your foot down. Don't be fearful to do that. Now, Jupiter is actually in a fantastic location in terms of your longer term finances, and that links very well with Mars this week. If there is something that you're drawn towards in terms of entrepreneurship, trying out some kind of business strand, or doing something different within an existing work you have, this can give you a lot of extra drive. But that new moon's just asking you to think about how it will be viewed by others. But also there's a sparkling link between Venus and Uranus, and that suggests that you could encounter someone who is completely different to you this week, and it could be in the world of work. And what the new moon is saying to you, don't discount it, because they are. Leo people can be surprisingly cautious, and therefore this Saturn influence is going to increase that potential to be cautious. But I think what you need to do this week is to stay very open-minded. With Mercury going direct on Thursday, coming out of shadow by the weekend, and a glorious link between Venus and Mars as the week comes to a close, you might be surprised by how much cooperation and collaboration can start to unfold as this week draws to a close. But it is crucial that you understand the politics of relating in and out, and that's really what this new moon is helping you to become more aware of.